Hello friends and welcome back to the channel. Season 39, War number 4. Today we're taking on Chaos. SSX actually ranked number 3 in the world right now, which is pretty cool, even if it doesn't last. It's nice to say that we were sitting there on the podium at some point. Today's team, Hulkling, Galan, and Nick Fury. You can kind of see them peeking out from behind Hulkling's wings there. Only mini-bosses for me today, so we're just going to take a nice leisurely stroll through the battlefield, walking through, seeing attack bonuses littered everywhere. We've got alive opponents to the right, we've got dead opponents to the left, and we're finally going to stop up here on Boss Island, and our first fight is going to be a Penny Parker on node 50 with Safeguard. Going to go in here with Galan. You can see that this Penny Parker has about 250,000 health. Now Galan's harvest damage at rank 3, it maxes out at like, I want to say like 170, 180k, so I kind of went into this fight knowing that it was going to take multiple harvests to get him down. So knowing that, it's not really critical for me to start the harvest at max planetary mass because I know that it's not going to kill her outright, and I'm going to have at least a second harvest beyond that in order to finish her off. So the plan here is to intentionally trigger her auto block as much as possible, and doing so, she's going to attempt to power burn Galan, and then via his signature ability, he's immune to power burn. He's going to gain additional buffs and additional planetary mass. So that's how we're going to ramp up the fastest here. So don't take hits from the special one there. That was me not bashing back fast enough. Totally on me. The other thing that you kind of have to be concerned about is, you do have to let loose your special ones now and again before you trigger the harvest. So if her shield is down when you do it, that's fine. She's not going to auto block it. But if her shield is up when you let loose that special one, there is a decent chance that she's going to come in and punish you here. So, all right, so I'm going to throw one more special one, I think here. We are approaching 1,000 mass. There we go, one more special one, and then I think I'm going to heavy counter this special one here to trigger the harvest. And there we go. All right, the harvest is triggered, so now we just have to get a couple hits in, and oh, she auto-blocked that. Trying to speed up there and toss the special one to end the harvest. It does 173k, gets her down to 11%, so of course, harvest damage bypasses Safeguard because it's secondary damage. That's why Galan is so good for this fight. So from here, I already really have enough planetary mass built up already to throw off another harvest and then kill her. So I'm just trying to build back up to my special one before triggering it, and then once we are at the special one, I will heavy her again, and then immediately dash in, toss that unblockable special one. There we go, and this should kill her. Yeah, so a bit of a long fight, but very straightforward. Alright, next up we have a infamous Iron Man on node 53. There is one very important thing that you need to know about this fight with Hulkling, and that is that while infamous Iron Man has the Aura of Iron active, he is 100% resistant to unblockable attacks. So you do have to wait after he throws his special one for the aura to expire before you start your normal Hulkling rotation. Otherwise, you're going to toss that special 2 right into his block, and he is going to destroy you afterwards. So you can see here, he doesn't refresh the aura with each subsequent special one. So once we are ready to start the unblockable cycle, we're just kind of waiting for that to expire, waiting for our shapeshift charges to build up. There we go, 5 hits into the block, toss that special 2, it does a buttload of damage, and with the cosmic power back boost, we are already up at another special 2. So I probably should have just immediately tried to gone in for a second cycle here, but instead I wanted to bait out this special 1, which ends up taking much longer than I had expected. His special 2 is super irritating, so I'm much more comfortable with the special 1. Alright, the aura has expired once again, so we're just waiting for him to back up and block. Another 5 hits into the block, and another special 2 does a nice amount of damage. So from here, he is about to trigger his regen, and when he triggers his regen, you're going to be special locked. So I'm like all set up for another special 2 here, and he triggers the regen like during the combo here. Right in a second here. Yeah, so he triggers the regen. I'm special locked. My unblockable triggers anyways, so I can still get some, cheap shots in. But now I'm kind of close to this special 3, which is not really where I want to be once the regen ends. So I think what I decide to do here is just use a special intercept and then be satisfied with a single Fury special 2. Doesn't really do a lot of damage at all. So I think one more special 2 cycle ends up finishing him off here. So, infamous Iron Man, super tanky champion. I mean, this is a rank 4 Hulkling, fully boosted, and it's going to take like 4 special 2 cycles in order to finally get him down. Yeah, there we go. Nice crit there on the third hit. So yeah, another pretty straightforward fight as long as you watch out for that aura. Alright, last fight of the war for me is a Spider-Ham on Node 55. Spider-Ham is a tactic defender, which means he's going to be putting that unsteady debuff on us after every special. That is especially dangerous for Nick Fury because if his attacks glance, he's not going to apply the bleeds, and that's where most of his damage is going to come from here. So we can't really afford to play this fight patiently because the timer on the unsteady debuff is 6 seconds. Brute Force timer also, I think, is 6 seconds. So if you end up trying to just wait it out, you're going to be taking a buttload of degen. So, other than tossing your special ones as much as possible to keep up your tactical charges, the way to play this fight with Nick is to heavy counter Spider-Ham special one, which you saw me do a couple of times. You also just saw me there take a buttload of power sting damage. Really, really dumb mistake, but I think that's the bulk of the damage that I ended up taking in this fight. So the spacing on the heavy counter is really generous. You can see you can just dex out of the way at the last second, and Nick Fury's heavy attack is going to snap forward with enough distance that he's going to hit it every time. So it maybe looks more challenging than it actually is, but very, very important. If you don't heavy counter the special one, your attacks are going to glance, you're not going to apply any bleeds, and you're probably going to time out. And this Nick is max boosted, and this fight still takes about a minute and a half, almost 2 minutes, I think. Right, so tack charges are going to prevent Spider-Ham's evade along with the disorient. As a general rule, you also want to throw your specials as soon as possible against a Ham too, just to keep his spider nonsense as low as possible. Other than that, again, pretty straightforward, similar to the other fights. This one is a little bit trickier than the previous two, but he goes down just the same, and this is the last special. Down he goes, 3 up, 3 down. So yeah, a bit of a lighter load for me than in previous wars this season. 3 kills, 0 deaths, and the victory has improved our record to 4-0. Very, very excited about how we've done so far this season. Hopefully we can maintain that spot on the podium until the end of the season. Folks, if you enjoyed this, please let me know by hitting that like button. Don't forget to sub for future content. As always, thank you very much for watching. We'll see you again next time.